Now we're going to talk about some of the basic necessities that you should have to play golf. You don't need all these things, but we're going to go over a few things that you probably should get. You should probably buy a chipping mat for $15, maybe a chipping net to hit the balls into, maybe a shag bag, and some balls. You could buy the cheapest balls. You don't have to buy Pro V1 expensive balls. You could buy a top flight ball or whatever's on sale when you first start playing. The ball, it's important as you get going, but as a beginner, I would get used balls from your friends. You really don't have to spend a lot of money on equipment. Same with golf clubs, shag bag. You could use a bucket. Instead of a net, you could use a garbage bag with a couple bricks on it. It really doesn't matter. And what you want to do is you want to just go in your backyard and just practice chipping around into your net and just work on your swing. You could also take out your different clubs and take full swings. But you definitely need these two things here, and you definitely need golf clubs. And the golf clubs, I'll go over the basic idea of how the golf clubs work. You don't want to make it too difficult. You want to try to keep it simple. You really don't need as many clubs as we have here. But there's a few that you definitely need. One is a driver. This is going to be hard to hit at first, so you're probably going to want to leave that in the bag until you get it down on the driving range. These are a great club. This is a rescue club. Okay, rescue club is one of your longer clubs too. I hit this about 200 yards. You're probably going to hit it about 150 yards, and that's all right, because once you get going, you'll be catching up. You have irons. Your irons go anywhere from 3 up to a 9 iron. This is a 9 iron here. This 9 iron for me goes about 150. When you first start playing, if you get 100 yards, 110 yards or 90 yards with it, that's pretty good with the 9 iron. So the irons go all the way from a 3 iron up to a 9 iron. You have your driver, you have your rescue club, and it goes in that order. Then you have your wedges. For a beginner, I wouldn't even start with a 60 degree, which is a very lofted club. I would probably just get one wedge or 2 wedges. I would get a pitching wedge and a sand wedge. The sand wedge is what I use right there to chip with. That's probably a great club that you're going to use a lot besides your putter. You're probably going to use that and your putter more than anything else. Your pitching wedge, you're probably going to use from 60 yards in to take the short shots. And you might want to stick with like a 7 iron. You might want to stick with a rescue club, a 7 iron, and maybe your sand wedge. You could probably just go out and play around at a par 3 course with those 3 clubs and your putter. This is the most important club in the bag, believe it or not. So I know all you strong, long hitters don't want to hear this, but your putter is the most important club in your bag. The putter is going to be used probably half, maybe more than half of your whole round.